What's up, guys? Yesterday, whoo, Dana White announced at the post-fight conference, Jon Jones retires. Jon Jones retires. Before that, we heard a lot of noises. Even Jon Jones mentioning in interviews, hey, fighting is not really in my mind right now. And a lot of analysts, DC, Ariel Lawani, Shell Sonnen, a lot of them was mentioning that Jon Jones is done. And I swear for God, I never saw that coming. I knew the end was near for Jon Jones. But come on, even the announcement, Dana White, how would you announce that Jon Jones was retiring at the UFC Fight Night event, after the UFC Fight Night event? You have International Fight Week next week. The biggest fight of the year, biggest card of the year. It would have been the perfect moment to announce Jon Jones' retirement. But because of that, you could see that Dana White was pretty annoyed with the situation. So here's Dana White announcing Jon Jones' retirement.
You set the timeline for Jones, 2 weeks to decide what to do with the title, but whether it takes to fight, or you're going to strip him. What do you think is more important, to keep the belt there so he can uphold his legacy, or remove the heavyweight division, take the title away?
Jon Jones called us last night retired. Jon Jones is officially retired. Tom Aspinall is the heavyweight champion of the UFC.
Thank you very much.
There you have it. Now I want to put things into perspective. Let's go back in the past. A lot of people this past few months have been calling Jon Jones a duck, being scared of fighting Tom Aspinall. Guys, stop right there. Jon Jones is not scared of fighting anybody. The guy is a killer. People forget so easily, man. I don't get it. Jon Jones, he's the legend, the greatest fighter ever. Ever. And I'm not talking about MMA, I'm talking about fighting in general. So put some respect on his resume. Jon Jones is nothing to be played with. A couple years ago, he was dominating the light heavyweight division for years, from 2011 to 2020. And he gave away his belt because he said, hey, it's time to move up to heavyweight. He had bigger goals. His bigger goals was to fight Francis Ngannou, at the time was the heavyweight champion. Francis Ngannou, a killer. But he said, hey, give me some time, let me build up my body, and I'll meet you at the heavyweights. After 3 years, Jon Jones was ready to fight after 2 years, and Francis didn't want to fight in the UFC until his contract was done by the UFC. Jon Jones never say he doesn't want to fight Francis. He never dubbed the fight. Everybody announced, even Dana White said, hey, Jon Jones was ready to fight. Anyway, Francis left the UFC and Cyril Gane stepped in. They did a fight in March 2023. Jon Jones went through Cyril Gane like it was nothing. In less than 2 minutes, in the first round, submitted Cyril Gane like it was nothing. At the time, Cyril Gane was the #1 heavyweight. Everybody was like, hey, Cyril Gane is gonna kill Jon Jones. He's the one. He's moving like this, like that, like a middleweight. You saw what happened. After the Cyril fight, Jon Jones said, hey, I only won one fight, and that's Stipe Miocic. Stipe Miocic at the time, Stipe Miocic considered as the greatest heavyweight ever. We have to give it to him. With everything he did, Tom Aspinall wasn't even in the picture. Not even in the picture. And that was back in March 2023 that Jon Jones said, hey, I want to fight Stipe Miocic. They scheduled the fight for November 2023 in MSG. 10 days before the fight, Jon Jones got hurt. Then the UFC decided to promote an interim heavyweight championship. Sergey Pavlovich and Tom Aspinall were scheduled to fight for the interim championship in November in MSG. Tom Aspinall won the fight by first round knockouts. Still, after the fight, I'm okay with Tom Aspinall being the #1 contender after that. He has the interim championship, and the UFC rescheduled Jon Jones and Stipe Miocic for next year in March 2024 at MSG. MSG came around, Jon Jones won the fight by a spectacular finish. It was an amazing fight from Jon Jones. Everybody was like, yeah, after this fight, no, we don't want to see you retired. And even Jon Jones said, hey, at this point, honestly, I'm going to give you maybe one more fight. Let me sit on it. Let me think about it. That was in that was in November 2024. By the way, Tom Aspinall also fought in July of 2024 because apparently he couldn't wait. He didn't want to wait around. Man, Tom Aspinall wasn't even in the picture. The fight with Stipe was always scheduled. It was delayed because of injury, but it was scheduled. Jon Jones never dubbed anything. After November 2024, the UFC and Dana White said, hey, we're going to make anything. We're going to make sure to deliver this fight. Jon Jones fighting Tom Aspinall. It was just a matter of scheduling, I guess. And Jon Jones deciding even if he wanted to return to the UFC. You cannot blame the guy. After all he's done, he's the number one. And guys, we're talking about Jon Jones. Jon Bones Jones. He deserves some grace. The guy, he fought killers on top of killers since he's entered the UFC. He was very, very active. Right now, he's 38. And you can blame him because he's not fighting back-to-back right away? Come on. He fought in November 2024. And people are saying he's a duck because he's not fighting Tom Aspinall. And I know, for the past few months, Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall were chipping online. Jon Jones say, hey, I don't like Tom Aspinall. I don't deserve to fight me. I'm not going to give him the fights. Got to a point where Jon Jones say, hey, I don't want to fight Tom Aspinall. I want to fight Alex Pereira. People went crazy. They lost it. Everybody was like, hell no. But I get it. For me, it was Jon Jones teasing everybody, honestly. A lot of people were calling Tom Aspinall the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. I disagree. He never won the undisputed belt. And I get it. In March or April, I believe Jon Jones said, hey, I need 6 months before I start training. 6 months. Come on, that's a stretch. But hey, international week was approaching with still no announcements. And then we heard that Jon Jones was going to Thailand to film a reality TV show on fighting. At this point, Dana White and the UFC, they were still backing up the fight. They were still saying, hey, this fight is going to happen. Just relax. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Honestly, in my mind, I was like, yeah, I know Jon Jones said he wants to retire, but hey, maybe he will give us a fight around November or October. After that, we start hearing Jon Jones on a couple interviews saying, hey, I'm not really trying to fight right now. I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying my life. I'm making a lot of money outside of the UFC. And last week, Dana White came on and said, hey, we're giving Jon Jones 2 weeks to decide if he wants to fight or retire. People were getting pissed. Talking about the legacy of Jon Jones is done. Things like that. He sucked. He's a duck. Jon Jones is 38. One fight doesn't define your legacy. It just doesn't. Tom Aspinall, he's 30 or 31. Very young. And he has a lot of prime years ahead of him. He's young. And I get that. Tom Aspinall last fought in July 2024. So almost over a year ago. I get that. Trust me. But come on. You can say Jon Jones' legacy is tarnished because of this fight? Now that Dana White announced that Jon Jones is retired, you must be out of your mouth. You must be out of your goddamn mind. My only issue that I can say that, okay, I give it to Tom Aspinall. This announcement could have been done months ago. Even Jon Jones said, hey, a couple months ago, Jon Jones said, hey, I know what I'm doing. I just cannot announce it. The UFC are the ones that are supposed to announce it. I don't know why they're not doing that. It sucks for Tom Aspinall. It sucks. He had the opportunity to fight the greatest of all time and become the undisputed champion, heavyweight champion of the world, and being the first one to defeat Jon Jones. He had the opportunity. It sucks, I agree. But don't blame Jon Jones on that. Don't blame him. Jon Jones deserves everything. For everything he has done for the company, and the champion that he has been, are you gonna tell me he doesn't deserve time? The guy is 38. 38. He went through 3 generations. 3. Jon Jones is 28-1. This one losses that he has on his resume because he got disqualified years ago when he was young for doing an illegal elbow. The guy has never been beaten. He went through 3 generations, fighting 3 to 4 times a year. Guys, he became the youngest UFC fighter ever, still to this day, in UFC history. Can you imagine that? At 23, against Shogun, one of the legends of MMA. He went through Shogun, Rampage Jackson, Lyoto Machida, Rashad Evans, Vitor Belfort, Chael Sonnen, then the Daniel Cormier, the Alexander Gustafsson, Glover Teixeira, Daniel Cormier. Guys, those fighters that I'm mentioning, they are legend in this sport. Legend. And then a 3rd generation. Anthony Smith, Thiago Santos, Dominic Reyes. All at light heavyweights. It's unheard of. Then he moved up to heavyweight. He fought the best heavyweight at the time, Cyril Gane. Keep in mind, before the Cyril Gane fight, Jon Jones wasn't fighting for 3 years. 3! He came back and got rid of Cyril Gane in less than 2 minutes. 2 minutes. After not fighting for 3 years, guys. And then after that, a year after that, he fought Stipe Miocic, considered the greatest heavyweight ever. Now the guy is 38, and you gonna blame him after all the war that he went through, fighting 3 to 4 times a year? Come on, guys. Legacy is something that you build over time. And Jon Jones has the greatest UFC MMA fighting career, fighting legacy ever. It's sad to see Jon Jones retired. But it's time. It's time. What else would you want Jon Jones to accomplish in this game? Even if he fight Tom Aspinall and beat him, a lot of people will say, hey, somebody's up next. And it will keep coming, keep coming. And one thing that you can never take away from Jon Jones, the guys put butts in seats. He does. He always comes to fights. Always. Give you the best he has. He'd never been knocked down. 28-1. And I don't even consider this 1 losses a loss. 16 title fight wins. 16 world championship. 27 wins in a row. He's a double champ, light heavyweight champion and heavyweight champion. Who has a better resume than Jon Jones? Who? Tell me. Waiting for that. You're not gonna find it. You're not. Jon Jones is the greatest, the GOAT. It's time for Tom Aspinall, now that Jon Jones is out of the picture, to go ahead and prove that you're the best. Prove that right now, nobody is beating you. And I believe in him. I don't see anybody right now stopping Tom Aspinall. Go ahead, man. We're gonna watch, we're gonna support. Guys, I might be crazy, but trust me, I feel like Jon Jones is gonna come back. Tom Aspinall is gonna defend the title probably in the next couple months. Jon Jones will come back. And hopefully, we get the title fights with Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall. Right now, Jon Jones just doesn't want to fight. He will get the itch back. He will get it. And he will come back. Trust me. In 2026, we will get Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall. It was a beautiful career to witness. Beautiful. The ups and downs, we all know what Jon Jones went through outside of the octagon. And through stuff in the octagon. But I'm not going to hold it to him. Jon Jones, the best ever. And you will never take anything from him. The youngest UFC fighter ever till to this day. He's retiring on top as being the greatest heavyweight, the greatest light heavyweight. And I don't want to hear anything. Anything. Jon Jones, thank you. Thank you for all the memories. Thank you. We appreciate you, champ. You the best ever, the best to ever do it.